Hey friends. So we are in an event today that is either Father's Day or hi there, or it is Crafter's Choice. So I'm going with Crafter's Choice only because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to figure out what to do for Dad. And it doesn't help that my husband is like not one to really like want a lot of stuff. So yeah. So we're gonna work on something that I've actually been working on. And I started this yesterday. I thought it would be really fun to continue working on it. So it is a beach, the word beach, made out of cardboard type album. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun if we just kept on working on that together. Okay. So welcome in everybody. Thank you for sharing me into the group. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to make sure that I do my Telegram thing because I tend to forget to do that. And then we're going to continue working on this fun little guy here. Okay. So let me get you guys. All right. So see, I still even have stuff out from where I've been working on it. So let me show you guys the bee, because this is what we've worked on. We used grit paste to make this textured part here and give us kind of like the crashing waves. I did explain that if you don't have something like a grit paste, you can just take acrylic paint and you can also mix it with baking soda. And if you really want it to be like very textural, you can do it with sea salt and it'll give you this very, you know, textured style paint. So that was our bee. I wanted to show you guys that. So because we're kind of working in bits and pieces with this. And I am using a graphic 45 paper set. It's called Voyage Under or Voyage Beneath the Sea. And I like it because it's kind of steampunk. So these were the other letters we were working on. So I already had my E ready to go to get it glued on. But I want to go ahead and I think instead of covering this with paper, since I've already put paper here, I want to paint this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Hi there, Miss Lori. But if you can see underneath my E, we get to see our mermaid there, which I really do like. So let's work on this a little bit, okay? And I was hoping to have some plastic, but it'll be fine. We'll just leave it as is. Hi there, Miss Leslie. Welcome, welcome. Now, I don't know why my Caribbean is, it's a little too watery and I don't like that. So I'm going to get a different blue. I guess we could do this one. This one is called Sea Breeze. Hi there, Miss Jeanette. Miss Jenny, well, how are you doing, dear? Alright, so this is an Americana. Again, my apple barrel is too light. I am hanging in there, my friend. Hanging in there. So as most of my sweet friends know, on the 7th, my husband had a stroke. It is mild, but we are learning to navigate this new life that we have right now, and trying to figure things out because, as most of you know, due to my health, I don't work, so my husband is the sole breadwinner of the family. So we are trying to figure that out. Hey there, Miss Alicia, how you doing? Hi there, Miss Leslie. I think I said hi, but welcome in. So this is just chipboard that has been cut to the shape of the letters. And you can find these shaped chipboard albums I know this one is an older one. I think it's from one of those companies that does not exist anymore, because I find a lot of these things as I'm thrifting. Thank you. Prayers are honestly the best thing, right? You know, we saw the neurologist. The neurologist explained to us that, you know, it's pretty much now we are just trying to manage lifestyle things so that it doesn't happen again, because once you have one stroke, you are prone to another, and we definitely don't want that to happen. So we are definitely trying to figure, you know, all these things out. Biggest challenge right now has been that one of the medications gives hubby this really bad metallic taste in his mouth, so he hasn't been eating and he's lost weight, which is not good, which is what ended up putting him in the hospital the second go around, and brought back a lot of his stroke symptoms. So we are trying to figure things out as we go. Thank you, everybody. Your prayers mean a whole lot, believe me. They do. Alright, so I think that this is going to look really cute just with the paint. Now, what I like about these albums is that they are great for putting in memories. So you can add pictures to these albums, because they're great for that. They're great to have like little, you know, what you call those, brag books. The ones that you can have like on your coffee table or side table, and you just have it with some pictures from like a recent trip or a grandkid, things of that nature. And I really like them because they're very sturdy and they hold up to being manipulated. Okay, so let me turn that to the side for a little bit. Wow. Oh, I don't have wipes, so I can't wipe my table off. I have to replace my wipes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and dry this so I can glue my E down. Doesn't take a lot. It's quickly dried. Alright, now I do want to make this look a little fancy smancy. And I'm going to use a paint pen. This is a gold paint pen. You could use any color paint pen. And I'm going to go over the edges. So I did put paper on the top here, and obviously when you cut it off or you sand it off, you have a little bit of a rough edge. So I am praying for you, dear, that they find answers for you, because that is definitely not fun. I had a lot of allergy tests done in my day and age, so I hear you. But I do hope that they figure out what's going on. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and color my edge gold, kind of, you know, jazz it up a little bit. Of course, dear. You know, the biggest thing that we can do for each other is to keep each other in our prayers, because, you know, the Lord listens, and the more people that pray, the more he's getting the same message over and over again, right? That's kind of how I feel about it. You know, and I do know that he does say that where two or more come together in my name, there am I. And honestly, I feel like it does not have to be physically. If we come together in prayer, Even if we are distant, he's still there. You know? So, I don't know if you guys can see the gold edge that I'm putting on there, but that's just kind of like to give it a little, like, a little extra something, okay? That's pretty much it. Now, I'm not gonna do the rest. Right now I'm just doing this side so I can glue it down, and then we'll do the rest, because that way I'll get all of the edges. I'll get both of the edges. How about that? So we're gonna put some glue down. If I can get my glue open. And I'm using Turbo Tacky Glue by Aleene's. Again, this is just a chipboard, so you know it will hold. You can use a combination of, you know, your what's that, like the tape, and or you use whatever glue you like. If you like using something else, then by all means, you know, you can use that as well. And because this is chipboard, you know, it also, you don't have to like find it that's already like that. You could put it, right? So you can add this on. And glue it on however you want, but you could cut these out yourself. Alright. So I'm going to use, I love these little clips, guys. I get these at my Dollar Tree. They have them in two sizes. They have these tiny ones and they have the bigger ones, and I do get both. But they're great for holding projects while you're working on stuff. You know, especially when you're trying to make sure that things don't shift on you. And the one thing about that turbo glue is that it is fast. When it goes down, it goes down. So I do thank everybody for popping in today. We've already had a few creators on today, so if you're not part of the free group Grace Creations, where we go live and have events that are hosted by two lovely creators, Miss Sherry from Hobby House Crafts by Sherry and Lindell from Lindell's Creations. Lindell's Escape. Oh my gosh, now I'm totally blanking out on her name, on her page name. I hope not. Hello there, Cliff's Crafts. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to let this hold this for a second. And I'm actually going to come back here because I need to cover the back side of this. And I am thinking, let's see what paper. Let's see what papers I have. See if we have anything that we could use back there that would kind of tie in. If not, I'll just pull in some more of that paper's fine. That's kind of cute because that's got like the little birds that fly around. Right? It's got the little birdies that fly around. So let's we're gonna trace this, or at least I'm going to trace this. I'm going to trace this so that I can get my piece cut and then glued on. Okay. And again, all I want this for is to help kind of cover the mess that I made, because I accidentally put the bee on the wrong side when I was gluing this, so I kind of messed it up. So I need to fix it. So we're going to cover it with some paper. What's scary, Miss Alicia? Hey there, Krista. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in, guys. So I'm trying to get things situated because I gotta get myself in the middle of all this and doctor's appointments now, not just for myself and my daughter, but for my husband. I'm also trying to make sure I get everything situated for the retreat. So there's a lot going on, but it'll be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Alright. So I'm just going to put some glue on here, and we're going to put this piece of paper on, and it'll help cover some of this mess. I am going to come and put a little bit of my Fabrifix right over the fabric, because I want to make sure that everything's actually going to glue properly. And you know, sometimes with fabric it can be a little bit finicky, so I would rather put the two different types of glues on just to be on the safe side, you know? Okay. So again, this is made out of chipboard, and I did purchase this, but chipboard is something that we can easily cut. So you could cut out whatever word you would like to make an album out of. And I'm actually thinking of making some now that I have the laser, because it'll make it a lot easier for cutting. But I'm trying to use up what I have first. Trying to use up stuff for my stash. Alright, I'm going to just make sure that I'm right at the edge with my paper, and I'm going to come and do the gold paint pen on this as well. But I do want to make sure that my paper is all the way to the end here. So I hope everyone's doing well. Are you guys enjoying your summer? I don't know about here, but if you'd call this summer. because we've been having rain that comes and goes all week long. Thought that was spring, not summer, but you know, I guess I might be wrong. So I saw this funny thing about and I actually shared it on my personal thing about how, you know, that the British were talking about playing the US on 4th of July. Y'all, don't even. Don't even. No, 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 no. Like, we kicked them redcoats 250 years ago. Don't think we ain't gonna do it again in a game of soccer. I don't know if anybody follows the World Cup, but I love soccer because I grew up around it. So, alright, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the gold on the here. And we're just going to cover this edge here. That way it is going to be all nice and finished. And this book is going to take a bit to get it finished, just because it does have several steps, but it's a fun little craft to do, really, because you could do it for any theme. And if you don't have the shaped ones, I know that you can find like circles, ovals, like cute frame ones. You can find those at like your Hobby Lobby, and you could do still whatever theme you want. It just wouldn't have like the letters on it. And I've done some like that before, and they're great because you put them on the rings, and like I said, you add pictures. So like this one being beach would be fun if you have pictures of you and your family at the beach, you know, your favorite time. Like for me, like I like the beach, don't get me wrong, it's just too dang on hot. It's too hot to be at the beach. So I don't know, like I like the outside, but like I like the outdoors, but I don't like the outdoors. Does that make any sense to anybody? Or am I just like weird? So like I do like the outdoors, but to an extent, which is crazy considering that I used to camp with the kids all the time. It's just not anymore. I don't know. The extreme weathers really bug me. And it seems that the older I get, the more they bug me. So, yeah. And we did use fabric on this top one here to kind of give us some water, because I had this cute blue fabric. I wanted you guys to see that you can use paper, you can use fabric, you know, you can use paint on these. Like, this is truly mixed media right here, because you are using multiple different types of mediums to create a project. And that's what I like. I like to like mix everything up. I can't stay in one lane. Never been really good at that. I think it kind of runs in the family. My brother was the same way. I don't know, maybe we got it from our dad. You know, talking about memories with my father, he would take us to the beach for my birthday, because I loved being at the beach. So he would take us to the beach. We would go to the beach. And I find, like I said, I find it so funny because I used to love it. I can't stand how much sand you get in your clothes and everywhere else. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I don't know. Even when the kids were smaller, we would go to the beach because we lived in Savannah. So we'd go to Tybee Island a good bit. And we'd take the kids so that they could play in the water and enjoy all that kind of stuff. But like I said, now I don't know that I really want to deal with all of that. It's just not in my wheelhouse anymore, right? I don't know about embracing it. It gets everywhere. It does. It gets every single where, and it's like makes it a little difficult because it's not just between your toes. It does get everywhere. And you know, it's funny because I try to look back, and as a kid I'm like, did we like not have sand or something, or did it just not bother me? Because like I said, you know, my dad would always ask what I wanted to do for my birthday, and we would go to the beach. I don't know. Thank you. Oh, thank you, dear. I appreciate all the prayers. We believe me, we really do. We really, really do appreciate those prayers. You take your doodles, they have to go to the groomers as soon as you get home because they're full of sand. Yes, I could only imagine. Like, I don't know. I don't think I could ever take our cats, because that would be one heck of a mess afterwards. Especially if I took our long-haired cat. Oh my god, Stormy. And she does not like to be brushed. She hates the groomer. So, I don't know. Her 2 times a year are already a struggle. And then I see these videos of these cats that go to the water and they're like frolicking around like it's okay. And I'm like, man, could you have like a convo with my cats? Because they wouldn't go nowhere near water. Okay, so here's our E. And let's try to get the edge of this one done. Now, this one looks maybe a little plain, but again, I want to have space to add stuff. I want, wherever this ends up, whether it ends up on my table or somebody else ends up getting it, if I decide to sell it or something, I don't know. I want them to be able to have, I want there to be space for pictures. So I'm not going to do like a whole lot other than what's on the letters, right? Or near the letters. My cats would have a fit if they had to get yes, cats and water, those, yeah, they don't mix. We've got we ended up getting dry shampoo and wash wipes for them, and that has been working out actually really good for our cats. Other than, like I said, Stormy is our long-haired cat, so she has to go to the groomer because she has to get trimmed. Because that girl, she's got so much fur it ain't funny. Hey, Marsha. And, yeah, she don't like it at all. She don't like it at all. And I know cat, you know, I really can't expect her to like water. It's not like she's a lab or a golden retriever. You do? Yeah, man, we were doing the wipes, but I picked up the dry shampoo and oh my gosh, it's like a game changer. It has been amazing. So, yeah. Because especially, I don't know why they have to go outside right after it rains, at least the ones that go in, that are in and out. And so then they come in and they've got all these muddy paws. So then we gotta wipe their paws, because if not, they're gonna, you know, leave their little footprints everywhere. So, yeah. And it's funny because you would think they would not want to have to deal with that, but Wick, our little troublemaker boy, oh yeah, as soon as it's done raining, and like I said, it's been raining off and on, spurts here, so as soon as it's done raining, he wants to run outside and get in all of that Georgia clay, because there's mud everywhere. And then he comes in and his white paws ain't white no more. He became a redneck at that point. He's all red. And it's like, dude, are you trying to become an orange cat? Like, you were born a tuxedo. Accept it. You would, you know, you would think with as much as he tries to change color on us, he has not accepted what he was born as. So he don't like it, but he gets his paws wiped a lot. Especially because he also likes to get in bed with us. So it's like, you are not about to make my bed dirty, buddy. That is not happening. No way, no how. He loves to sleep with Gare, so it's like, Y'all, you should see, he's been like a guard dog taking care of Gary. Like, they all know that something's not right. They've been very protective, hanging around him. That is so cute to see, actually. Because they know, you know. Trying to see, where did I put, oh, okay. So we're almost done with this E. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do on the back. Maybe we'll put some paper. What you guys think? Should we put some paper back here? Since we painted the front. Or should we maybe add some more fabric? Because I do have more of that blue fabric. So we could add some more of that onto this. And for those of you who may be watching that don't know, we do have 6 cats. And they are all the biggest babies. Even our senior cat, he is so spoiled. even though he is Mr. Independent, because he's had to take care of himself for a long time. But he loves to be spoiled, and we love to spoil him. And then we have the baby, who's just like does his craziness because he's a kid. And he is spoiled to death by Gare. So, and per the neurologist, Gary cannot drive for the next 5 weeks minimum. So I am his chauffeur officially. Which in part I know kind of aggravates Gare, because you know he's always taking care of himself and taking care of others, so having to let people take care of him is, I know it's hard for him, and I try to be patient and understanding in that sense, because you know, I mean, he's a grown man, but I don't want him to go nowhere. I told him he can't leave me, so I'm gonna ask him how many times he's eaten and, you know, all the things. Okay, so there's our E. Here's our B. So look at how cute that's gonna be when we line that up, right? Now the A for our word beach. Where'd you go? Okay. So this is the way we have our A. I have my A going so far. Okay. So I did put her, which is, she is one of the papers. I did put her underneath because I want her to pop through our E. So when I line it up, you can see her underneath, you know, like through the E, which is kind of what I was looking for. So now the question is, what color should the A be? I do want to paint it a solid color so it kind of breaks through all of this pattern and the fact of the paper. So what color do you guys think I should paint the A? Remember, we're kind of trying to go for like beachy vibes. So I don't know that I want to color it that color. We could go with a blue, or maybe like a coral or a white. What do you guys think? Should we go like with a coral or a white? Maybe like an off-white. We could do that. We could do like an off-white. A turquoise, so like a darker color. Okay. So like a darker blue. Miss Leslie says a turquoise. Let me see if I can find a turquoise that would work. This one says tropical green. Ah! Thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Miss Lindell. Okay, so I grabbed this, which is it's called salmon. So we have the salmon or the turquoise. Let me show you what the, and then you guys can help me decide. Should we go with the darker, oh, kind of, you guys can kind of see it there, or should we go with that color? That's the salmon color. It's kind of going for that coral color. So should we go the dark turquoise, or should we go a salmon for the A? Thank you, Miss Lindell. I appreciate everybody's prayers, believe me. I really do. So I know we have one for the turquoise and one for salmon. Anybody else want to give me an opinion on what color we should go with the A? I don't know if you guys can see them better there. Which one should we go with? Another, I kind of like the idea of going with the salmon because it kind of breaks up all the blue we have. Does that make sense? So I think I'm going to go with the salmon. I'm going to keep the turquoise out because I still have a C and an H that I have to do. The salmon, yeah, that's the one I think I'm going to go with. Because it will help to break it up. Because we already got lots and lots of blues going. Y'all, I told my nail lady to go short on my nails because I don't know I don't know when I'll be able to get my nails done again. And it is so crazy. Yeah, to help things pop. Yep. You got it, Miss Marsha. That's what I was thinking too. But I'm going to keep the turquoise because then I'll do that for the C. And then we'll do a whitish cream for the H to finish us off. I need another brush. Y'all, I need to bring my brushes in. Does anybody else do that where you guys paint your brushes and then they stay in the sink in the kitchen? Because that's kind of what I did. And they tend to sit there. And they're clean. I mean, I have some that need to be washed, but I have ones that are already washed and dry, and I just have not walked them back here. Yes, I know. And believe me, I've already been struggling trying to get things done because I'm not used to having them short. But I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to keep up getting my nails done as often. So let's go short. And yeah. You do that all the time. Yeah, I've got a cup full of brushes I need to bring here. And then another one filled with brushes that are sitting in water that I need to wash. Maybe I'll remember to wash them when I take these ones in today. So, I do like how this color, I do like that. That's going to look so good. It's really going to help this pop. Thank you so much, Miss Sherry and Miss Lindell, for hosting this event and for having me. I really do appreciate y'all very, very much. And Miss Leslie was up before me. And oh my gosh, I totally forgot now who was coming up after me. I did put it in my description and I just forgot. Hey there, Miss Cheryl. Hi, dear. I hope that you are having a blessed afternoon. Thank you so much for the sprinkles, dear. And you guys know, if you have a business page, you are welcome to always come under your business page name so that other people can follow you, right? Please. We're here to support each other. I am so glad to hear that. Hubby has been up and down today playing with his trains, which makes me happy. Makes me happy. I'd rather know he's playing with his trains than other stuff. I'm gonna go see if we can visit his younger brother next week. Now why do I have those spots right there? That doesn't make any sense. What are you? I have no clue what those are, but okay. Ouch. Ouchie, ouch. Didn't I just recently see that you can get ultrasounds done now instead of having to have that done? Yo, I don't know what these spots are that popped up, but I am going to actually try to, because I don't like what it's doing to my paint job. So we are going to I'm gonna repaint that part, because I am not liking that. Hi, Miss Julie. But yeah, I thought they had ultrasound now that could do that instead of having to go through that painful. You know, you would think with all the advances there are in healthcare that they would come up with stuff that is less painful for us females to go through. Especially considering that a lot of the stuff at the beginning was created by males, and it's not like they've got what we have, so it's not like they know what it feels like to go through that. Well, I hope and pray that there is nothing, my dear. I'm sure. I know that I've been told that I need to go ahead and get myself probably scheduled. Oh, amen. Thank goodness. That is good news, my friend. Oh, awesome! You have a wonderful weekend with your daughter. That's got to be so much fun. You safe travels, okay, Miss Julie? Y'all be safe on the road out there. because y'all know that you can be having all them crazies out there, so just be careful. Alright, so let me see where it is. Okay, so I need to color this side with my gold, and then we can go ahead and get this settled down and glued down, and then we'll have our B through our A done. I think that's a good progress. What you think? I think it is. And so all I'll have left to work on is the C and the H. Like I said, I'm gonna do the turquoise. We'll do that for the C, and then I'll do like a cream color. I don't know if I'll do cream or if I'll do the color that I painted the sand for my H. I'll figure it out. It'll be one of those colors. And then we're gonna alternate some of the pretty papers and paint so that we have a little bit of everything. I might even add some more of that blue fabric I used on the B, just to kind of give that same look, you know. Thank you. I am so grateful that I was able to be a part of today's event. For everybody who will be celebrating Father's Day, whether you are, you know, the father that fathered the child, or you are the one who chose to be there, know that I hope and pray that you have a blessed day. You know, I'm always have a very special part in my heart for dads, because for one, I am a daddy's girl. But I was raised by a single father. My daddy chose to stay and raise me and my brother instead of taking the easier route. And you know, he was still very young. Well, not very young, but he was still young. He could have gone off to start a whole new family, and instead he decided to raise us. So for me, dads that step up, whether it is for your own child or a child that you choose to love, my hat's down to y'all, because I know it's not easy. I know it's definitely not easy to be, and it's not easy to come in and be that dad figure either. So again, I'm just going to put, where did I put all my little things? I'll put some of these on right quick to just hold it while it dries, just to make sure that everything stays where I want it to be and it doesn't shift on me. But here we go. Look at how cute that is. I think this is going to look very, very cute and adorable once we get it all nice and finished up. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really, truly do appreciate you guys. If you are not following Grace Creations, it is a free group that is hosted by Miss Sherry from Hobby House Crafts by Sherry, and Miss Lindell from Lindell's Craft Escapes. So please make sure that you are following both of our hostesses along with the group. It is a free group where you get to see everybody and see what they're doing, whether it is Father's Day, a Father's Day craft, or it is Crafter's Choice. But hang out with us. Like I said, We've had several people before us. Miss Leslie was right before me, and right up after me, if I can remember properly. Where'd he go? Right up after me is, oh yes, Nothing Wasted Designs. Nothing Wasted Designs is up after me, so make sure that we go and give her some support. Again, thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. Have a blessed week and a blessed weekend as well. And come on and join everybody as they create. Again, this is my creation, at least the part that we have so far. It'll be a nice little chipboard album once it's finished. So thank you again so much. I love you guys.